Hello everyone, I am Srivanti and I am currently working as an ML engineer. I have covered basic concepts and maths behind regression in this video, link in description, and I would strongly recommend seeing that video before starting to solve the interview problem. Okay, so the next question that comes is, what exactly does the regression score depict and how do we calculate the regression score? So basically the regression score is calculated using this formula, as you can see right here. So what does each of the terms mean? So SS residual means the residual sum of squares. It is actually the sum of square differences between the actual and the predicted values. And SS total means the total sum of square, which is the sum of square differences between the actual value and the mean of the actual values. So these are the two formulas, and the regression score or R square score is calculated by this formula. Okay, so what is the significance of each term? So the total sum of square depicts the total variance in the actual data, which is calculated as like the sum of the square differences between the each actual value and the mean of the actual values. So the significance of this is that it serves as a baseline measure indicating the variance in the data if we made no predictions and only used the mean of the target values to predict each observation. So the question is that, like the question that it answers is that how much do the target values actually vary around the mean? The next term is the residual sum of squares. So that is actually the main term. So it is the sum of the square differences between the actual and the predicted values. It represents the error or the amount of variance the model could not explain. Right, so that is very important. So it actually, the significance is that it measures how far the model's predictions are actually from the actual values. So a smaller residual score indicates that the better fitting model. So it is not very far. So in that case, R square is 1 minus SS residual upon SS total. So a smaller residual sum of square would mean a higher regression score, and that is why it all makes sense, right? So the higher the regression score, this means that the model is explains the variability in the data perfectly. The best fit line is perfect, basically, right? So if R square is 1, it means the perfect fit. If R square is 0, then the model explains nothing special. It just means that it does not explain any variance beyond the mean. So if we had just predicted the mean of the target value for all the observations in the test data, then that would mean that the model that would mean R square is 0. And R square less than 0 means that the model even performs worse than the mean prediction, which indicates a terrible fit. So thus the regression score plays an extremely important role to understand how the model is able to explain the variation or the variance in our target variable. And this is a very good measure of checking whether the model is actually good or not. So I hope this helps. Please drop your questions in the comments if you want me to cover any other function. If you did not understand anything, I would strongly suggest to rewind it and to try to understand it. But if you still don't get it, you can drop a comment below and I'll try to answer it. I hope this helps. Thank you.